weird, though. I mean, Mother, she's a grown woman. She's happily married. At least we think she's happily married. Yeah. And she's in charge of this enormous business empire. Why would she be threatened by her daughter being friends with somebody, another woman? I don't understand.
Well, maybe things will become a lot clearer for you in a few months.
What do you mean?
I just meant that it's a big summer for you. I mean, you're graduating from high school, you're enrolling in college, you've got a terrific boyfriend who you're in love with, and he obviously loves you. And those are a few milestones. Yeah. Okay, this has got to be Craig this time. It's almost 7 in Rome. Hello?
It all started to come clear to me in your...
Meg, please. I really don't have time for this. I have to get...
Please, sit down. You're always saying that we should be closer. Don't back away from me now. I don't believe it. I spent so much time being jealous of Lily and jealous of how close she is to you and to the whole family. I never put all the pieces together. And then when I was in your office and I saw again that jealousy between you and Lucinda, and all because Lily wanted to tell you her grades first. And then here, again, you're arguing it. I mean, it just finally clicked. Lily's the daughter you gave up for adoption, isn't she?
Yes. Yes, Meg, it's true. But Lily's not going to find out about it. She's not to know. And Josh is especially not to know anything.
I'd never say anything to Josh.
My God. David, exactly when did this happen?
Well, from what I've learned, Craig chartered the plane in Rome. The pilot lost control in a storm over the Aegean, went down night before last around 10:30, I believe. Betsy was found unconscious on the shore of a nearby island by a couple of fishermen who rushed her into the hospital here in Volos. Betsy's doctor got hold of me in Africa, and I flew right on over here. They found the pilot clinging to a piece of wreckage in the sea just today, but so far there's been no sign of Craig. Margot, I wish I could have told you this in person instead of on the phone like this, but due to the circumstances... Margot, you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm sorry, David. I'm just trying to absorb all of this.
What's the matter? What is it?
David, could you hold on just a moment? Oh, it's Craig. He was in a plane that went down into the Aegean, and they found Betsy and the pilot, but there's still no sign of Craig. Oh, damn it all! God, this is so unfair.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Tide. On tough dirt, Tide won't quit till your clothes are clean. And by Comet. For your modern surfaces, today's Comet. As safe as a liquid, as tough as Comet.
How'd you know where to find me?
Figured you'd either be there or with Iva.
Sierra was so sure it was Craig, she almost killed herself getting to the phone. So tell me, how's it going in Los Angeles?
Hey, it's going great. Had meetings with the top brass till almost midnight last night.
You sound just like my mother and Craig. Sierra just went to get the baby, so, I have a moment alone. I want to tell you that I love you, and I miss you.
Same here. And I promise you, no matter what's going on out here, I'm gonna be on that plane home tomorrow so I can take you to your prom.
You better be.
Good. So how are things back in good old Oakdale?
Well, they posted final grades today. I got straight A's.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you. And Mom's packing a dinner and coming over to Sierra's apartment tonight before the baccalaureate ceremony. But I'm not going to the party afterwards. I'm going riding with Rod this afternoon. He promised to take me swimming in some secluded stream that he found in the woods.
Don't you think it's a little cold to be going swimming?
Not according to Rod. I'm really looking forward to it.
Lily, no.
What's wrong with you?
I don't want you going swimming with Rod, all right? So just get the idea out of your head.
Is that an order?
You call it what you want, but don't go. You hear?
Now, Meg, please do not say anything to anybody about this, especially Tonio.
Well, I think that part's too late. I think he already knows.
I know that. But just don't talk about it to anyone, please.
Well, how did he find out?
It's really not important.
Iva, why haven't you told Lily the truth?
Oh, Meg, I mean, isn't it obvious? I can't tell Lily that Josh is her father. I mean, you can understand why, can't you?
Yeah. No, I see your point. Is there anything I can do?
Yes, you can. You can promise me and you can give me your word that you're not going to say anything about this.
You got it.
Hello.
Hi.
Iva tells me that you lied to her about leaving town, that she found out from Lily that you were staying.
Well, look, I can explain that. It's, you see, I was gonna leave town, but then,
Josh, please.
well, something happened and...
I'd rather not hear any more lies, okay?
Why? You believe them from your own kids?
What are you talking about?
Meg's been lying to you ever since she came back from Kansas. Anna... Look, I never thought anything of her except that she was this sweet, innocent kid who had a big crush on me.
I don't want to hear any of this, Josh.
What is the use? You, him, her, everybody is never going to believe my side of anything about this. Even now that I am willing to admit that what I did to Ivo was rape, well...
Don't forget to keep your word, Meg.
Well, I just think it's so wonderful that you and your entire family are going to be able to come to Lily's graduation.
Thank you for inviting us. We wouldn't miss it for the world.
I do have a problem, though, with Meg.
What?
I think it would be embarrassing and difficult for Sierra if Tonio were to come.
Yes, of course. I understand. I'll talk to her.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's good of you to come to the party, Lily. We'll appreciate it.
I'll see you there. Excuse me.
Hi, Mama. What are you doing here, huh?
Don't you remember? I told you this morning I have to go to the bank.
Oh,
see Mr.
that's
Brewster,
right,
the
yeah.
savings bank. You know, I'm representing the Farmers Association. They're coming down so hard on the farmers around here. I think some of them are going to go under. We don't make some sort of compromise. And also, I'm going to go by the insurance office. I have some papers I need you to sign. That's why I came by.
Well, we can do it right now.
No, I want to talk to Meg for a moment. I'll come up to your office later if I may, yeah?
Sure.
A few minutes?
Yeah, Meg and I had a talk, and, she knows everything about Lily.
Well, now you know. Now you know what we've been going through.
Yes.
Did you know that, Josh was here a few moments ago?
No. Well, thank goodness Iva didn't see him.
Yes, thank goodness. He insisted to me that you were lying.
about the way he acted towards you in Kansas while you were staying there. And, the last time, Meg, tell me what really happened.
And what is the name of the inspector?
His name is Atwt, and he's been very helpful to us. Listen, Hal, I know this is a terrible shock to Margot, but Betsy and I both thought that she was the one to contact.
I agree, David. You know, Margot's a very strong lady.
Could I talk to Margot?
Hal, can Betsy talk to Margot?
Hang on a second. Are you up to talking to Betsy?
Yeah.
Here she is.
Betsy?
Hi, Margot. I know Granddad filled Hal in on everything, but I just want you to know that Craig will be found and he'll be okay. Just like me and the pilot.
I pray to God you're right.
Just do me one favor, Margot. There's still about an hour left of light here, and the search party isn't going to stop until it's dark, so don't say anything to Sierra yet, okay? Just wait another hour or so, and we'll get back to you if we hear anything, okay?
Yeah, fine, I'll go along with that. I don't look forward to facing her.
Know how you feel.
Betsy, I really can't talk right now. I just wanted to say I'm glad you're okay. And I'm very sorry about Steve.
Betsy, you call us if there's any news. All right, bye.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Mama. I'm going to tell Mama.
I'll come with you if you think it'll help.
Yes. Thank you.
You know, I meant what I said about you being strong.
Oh, I don't feel strong. I feel very... I don't feel strong at all.
You go there and I will.
You go your way and I'll go your way. You're cheering me up.
Yes. Well, I hope so.
Mama, I swear I did not lie about Josh. He did look at me funny. And I locked my bedroom door at night because I was always afraid he'd try and do to me what he did to Iva.
Hush. So loud. I believe you. There's one other thing I have to discuss with you. Mrs. Walsh just invited the whole family over to their estate for Lily's graduation party, and she suggested that it would be very awkward if you brought Tonio.
Why?
Because Sierra and Craig will be there, and she doesn't want to spoil Lily's special day.
Oh, of course. Anything to make Lily happy. Forget about everybody else's feelings.
Meg, I am very surprised at you. I mean, now that you know the truth about Lily, I don't understand how you can't put this petty, senseless jealousy behind you.
How can I, Mama? Lily's always gotten everything, and she just keeps getting more and more.
Well, what does she have? I mean, just think about it. She's a poor child who doesn't even know who her real family is. I mean, can't you have a little compassion?
They don't have that? Oh, yeah. And it's no good? Hello.
Hi. Hello, Tonio.
How are you today, Mrs. Snyder?
Well, I'm very fine, thank you. I'm on my way to see Iva. I'll see you later. Think about what I said. Yes?
I know.
Oh, I spoke to Meg. Tonio won't be coming. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Glad you're coming to the party. Looking forward to it.
Yes, I'll see you there.
Okay.
Bye.
You know, I wish I knew why you hated Tonio so much.
Hate? Big word. Sierra, darling. It's Sierra.
Ancient history. Why take it out on one of your top executives?
He won't be. He won't be for much longer. Oh, I'm just hoping that Holden can pull this off. I hope that he can take over a division.
You know, it's funny how times change. There was a time when you disliked Holden as much as you hate Tonio.
Hate. Four-letter word.
John.
It is at the...
Hi.
Folks.
I understand we have you to thank for getting us out of here early.
I hope you have a nice vacation.
We plan to.
Lucinda, we're going to be stopping by Sierra's. Is there any message you'd like to...
No, I had a nice visit with her this morning. Do you know, I mean, have you heard anything at all from Craig?
Well, not since he got to Rome. Margot told me earlier that he went to Greece to help Betsy with some personal emergency or something.
Greece? What's he doing in... Why doesn't Sierra know that he's in Greece?
Margot
if he's
says
in
not
Greece?
to tell her until we get more information. So I don't know. Oh, and she's going to Washington tonight to see Tom.
Oh, well, good. Maybe they can work a few things
I
out.
hope so.
Is it you?
I think it's mine.
No, it's me. It's me. I'll be right back.
Bye. You know, I resent Lucinda for keeping me from being with you at Lily's party.
Yes, I agree. Well, maybe I won't go at all. I don't need to be there for Lily's special day. Maybe I'll just spend the whole day with you.
I like that.
Yeah, you too.
Excuse me, Meg. Now, you sure you don't mind taking care of the house all by yourself?
Ooh, positive. No, you go off and have just yourself the most romantic weekend, week or whatever.
Okay.
And don't worry, I've got your number in case anything happens.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Thank you. What are the grades?
That sounds good. Now we have 2 places that we can be alone at.
Yes, it does sound wonderful.
That was Margot on the telephone. She wants to meet us back at the house right away. She sounds very upset.
At my house? Us?
Yeah.
Why? Maybe she wants to tell us why Craig is in Greece when we think he's in Rome.
Poor Craig.
Yeah. Poor Margot. She really needs this after everything else that she's been going through, you know? Listen, I hope you understand why I have to cancel our lunch and be there for her.
Yeah, sure I do. It's just that every time we're together lately, it seems like Margot's there too.
It's all gonna change after she goes to Washington and visits Tom.
She's going to Washington now? With Craig missing?
Well, I'm hoping that Betsy is right and the search parties will find Craig tonight. If not, I'm gonna do something that I promised myself I'd never do.
What's that?
I'm gonna pick up that phone, I'm gonna get in touch with Tom in Washington, I'm gonna tell him to get his butt back here fast.
Margot, I'm very sorry about Craig. I know they'll find him.
Well, I hope you're right. Thank you. Well, I guess I was right about my feeling that I had. Our lives are about to change drastically. Just got off the phone with John. I'm going to head over there and break the news to them, and then we got to figure out how to break the news to Sierra.
All right, that's a good idea. I'll go with you.
No, that's not necessary. Roy's volunteered to go with me.
Nevertheless, I will go with you. Roy, you can stay here. Follow up on the Larbury murder, okay, Barbara? I'll speak to you later, okay?
Okay.
Let's go.
What's the Larbury murder?
Duncan McKechnie's caretaker.
George is dead?
Yeah, we found him early this morning at the castle. There was a warning note on him. We assume it may be from the Falcon.
And you think that the Falcon might be James? Why didn't Hal tell me about this?
Well, I assume it's because, he has his hands full with Margot.
I don't know how it happened, Mama. I guess you just picked up on the jealousy between Lucinda and I and figured it all out. And, you know, I know that she promised not to say anything, but Mama, I'm very scared. I'm frightened.
Don't be. It's going to be all right. Don't be frightened. She won't say anything, I'm sure. I'm glad you told her. Honey, did you know that Josh was in the cafeteria a few moments ago, that he was sitting at the table watching you and Meg?
Oh, my God. Oh, that's all we need. That's all we need for him to overhear us.
No, he didn't. He didn't overhear anything. I'm sure of it. I brought up that whole business about his lying to you about leaving town.
And what did he say?
Well, he went on about the fact that when he told you he wasn't lying, but then something happened.
Mama, it's just lies. It's just lies. That's all it is.
You know, Ida, he also insisted that Meg was lying about the way he treated her when she was staying in Kansas. He said that Meg had a crush on him.
Mama, I just don't know when it's going to end. I mean, it's just one lie after another. And I'm just afraid of who's going to get hurt next. Hello?
Iva, it's me. Listen, you gotta stop Lily before she turns out to be Josh's next victim.
Okay, Holden, now just calm down and tell me what you're talking about.
I talked to Lily a little while ago over at Sierra's. You gotta stop her.
From what?
She told me that Josh is gonna take her riding out in the woods. And then he's gonna take her to some secluded place to go swimming with her.
For heaven's sakes, Holden, why didn't you stop her?
I tried everything I could, but she accused me of being jealous and then she hung up on me.
Look, just hold on for a second.
Iva, I'm telling you!
Now stop yelling at me. I've got to have a chance to think.
Oh, man. I should have put him in jail when I had the chance.
Wait a minute, what are you talking about?
I never wanted to say anything about this before, but you remember the night at Seth and Franny's engagement party when I left?
Yeah?
I got called down to the police station to substantiate Josh's alibi. Some hooker claimed that he beat her up after he tried to rape her.
I can't believe all babies do are eat and sleep and eat and sleep. Oh, don't worry, Craig will call. He will. You know, it's probably my fault he's not calling anyway.
And how do you figure that?
Well, he promised me he'd be back for my graduation. So he's probably working around the clock so he won't break his promise. You know, Craig.
Yeah, I hope you're right, because I'm getting a little bit antsy. It's got to be 8 o'clock in Rome by now.
Sierra, do you mind if I use the phone?
Really?
Oh, quick, I just got to call Holden. I hung up on him before. I have to apologize.
Yeah. Gee, I don't blame you for being angry. I put up with enough jealousy with Tony to know what it's like.
No, I can understand about being jealous of Dusty, but Rod, I mean, he's old enough to be my father.
Mm.
Now that's got to be Craig. It's got to be.
Hello. Hi, Sierra. This is Emma Snyder.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Snyder. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. And how are you? And the baby?
Fine, thanks.
Listen, Sierra, Lily's there, isn't she?
She sure is. You want to talk to her?
No, that's not necessary. But, Iva's on her way over to see her. Could you make sure that Lily stays there until Iva arrives? It's very, very, very important that Iva speak to her.
Roy, if you would give this to Hal for me, I'd appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah, I bet you're really proud of Paul coming forward about his dad.
Yeah. Yeah, and Hal was a great help. I don't know what we would have done without him.
He's a really good guy.
The best. Which is why I hate to see him being taken advantage of.
Look, you know, I'm sure that the only reason he didn't tell you about George's murder is because we got a lot of information indicating that your ex-husband is still in Florida Keys, where Duncan McKechnie's hiding out as well.
Yeah, well, James couldn't be far enough away from me. But knowing James, you never know.
Take care.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Ivan. What can I do for you?
Actually, I need anything you can tell me about a man named Rod Landry. He was accused of raping and beating up a woman several weeks ago.
That's confidential information. Right? Yeah.
Yes, but my brother was the one that substantiated the alibi.
That's true, and that's all I can tell you.
All right then. Who was the arresting officer?
Margot was about the attempted rape.
Okay,
I was about the assault.
fine. Where is Margot?
Look,
it is very important that I talk to her right
Margot
now.
is very busy right now. She's got her hands full with this Craig situation.
What Craig situation?
Look, I know you and he are very close. Margot wants to do this her own way. She doesn't want anybody to know unless she can tell them personally.
Tell them what?
Iva, you're not going to tell anybody this, are you?
No, of course not. What happened?
Well, Betsy Andropoulos and Craig were involved in a plane crash on the coast of Greece last night, the night before last. And there's... Well, the pilot survived, Betsy survived, but they haven't been able to trace Craig. Oh, my God.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Lemon Fresh Joy. Of all lemon brands, Joy cleans best, down to the shine. And by Era Plus. Protein power to cut clean through. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Well, thank you. You all ready for your big vacation?
Oh, yeah, we're chomping at the bit.
In fact, the car is packed. We're ready to go. We just wanted to stop by and say goodbye and say hi to Brian.
That's so sweet of you. I love Foxwood Lodge. I tell you, it's a special place for me and Craig.
Yeah, it's going to be special for us, too, I think.
Yeah, you bet. Here comes Brian. Say goodbye in person.
Hey, the big baby.
Look who's over here. Sierra let me change Brian's diaper.
Well, that's good. You're never too young to practice, you know. Or never too old.
Casey, have you heard from Craig yet today?
No, I haven't. Seems to be the question on the tip of everyone's tongue, however. He'll be calling soon. So why don't you two help yourself some of the iced tea and visit with me and Brian? We can all wait for Craig's call.
Yeah, Casey?
Well, that's fine by me. It's better than having you worry all the way up to the Foxwood.
Worry about what?
Did he say worried? No, no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. What he means is, I'm just a little anxious, because I don't want to go away without saying goodbye to Craig, and you know, tell him to hurry up and come home. That's all.
Oh, that's what we want to tell him, too, don't we? Huh, kiddo?
Sierra, can I get your phone quickly?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I just want to call Ivan and see why she wants me to stick around here.
Yeah?
Do you know why, Sierra?
Oh, she just said it was very important. Here.
Hi, yes, can I speak to Ivan Snyder, please?
Are you cranky?
Oh, no. Okay, just tell her that Lily called and that I'm going to go home because I'm late for a riding date. Okay. Thank you. Bye. I'm going to go because she's not...
Really, I don't think you should. Really,
No,
she said
it's
it was
okay.
important.
I don't know. I mean, see, that's okay. I don't want to keep Rod waiting or anything. You two, you have a wonderful trip, okay? But you're going to miss my graduation bash.
Oh, well, we'll be thinking of you and have a good time at your prom.
Thank you. I'll try. And tell Craig that I said hello and he'd better be back, okay? Or else he's got to break his promise. I'll have to hurt him. All right. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye. Have fun.
Oh, what I wouldn't do to be that age again, huh?
Oh, I wouldn't. I wouldn't trade places with anyone right now.
Oh, please.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, Sierra. This is Iva.
Well, hi, Iva.
I was wondering if I could speak to Lily.
Well, no, she just left. She tried to call you at the hospital. She was going riding with Rod, I believe.
Okay. All right, Sierra. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, bye-bye.
Iva, are you sure you're okay?
No, really, I have to...
Hey, come on. Take it easy now. You want some more water?
No, thank you. I really have to get going. Really, I do.
Look, you need to maybe wait a little while. You know, you almost fainted there.
No, I'm okay, really. I have to go look for Lily. I'm really fine. I am.
Say, I'm sorry. You do understand why I couldn't give you any more information about Rod Lander's arrest, huh?
I understand, please. I heard enough.
Iva, are you all right?
And that's about everything that we've got at the moment, except that Betsy's very optimistic about their finding Craig, which is why she didn't want us to tell Sierra until the search party called off their search, probably after dark.
Well, I don't believe that this is...
Look, I don't understand. What are they doing in Greece? I thought he was going to Rome.
Apparently, Craig got some sort of an emergency phone call from Betsy. She wanted him to come there and help her intercept Steve because she was afraid he might be in some sort of trouble. And as it turns out, she was right. Steve's in a Greek prison.
But who cares about Steve? Who cares about him? What am I going to tell... What are we going to tell Sierra? What am I going to say to Sierra?
We'll think of something, I'm sure.
But
Does anyone have any idea what time it is over in Greece?
My guess would be about 8:15.
The search party should have finished looking by now. We should know whether they found him or not.
Listen, Margot, why don't I give Inspector Hanyotis a call? David gave me his number.
Take it easy, kid.
How do I take it easy? I don't feel anything. I'm numb. I'm just angry. I'm scared.
Yes? Yes, Inspector Hanyotis, please.
Honey, would you like to go down and get something to eat?
No.
Well, we can phone down, have something to say.
No, I'm not hungry. You go ahead.
No, I'm not really hungry either.
It's going to be dark soon. We still haven't heard a word.
Look, honey, I know you might not feel like talking about practical things, but I think we have to. Your belongings are still back in Corfu.
I don't care. I don't care about any of it. I don't want it. It will just remind me of all of this.
What about Steve? You want to try to see him
You
again
keep asking me what I want. The only thing I want is for the phone to ring and for them to tell us they found Craig.
I know, honey. I know. Ever since you were a little girl, I've always wanted whatever you had your heart set on. I'd give you this, too, if only I could.
I know.
Maybe we ought to try to call your grandmother again. She should be home from the mountains by now.
Home. It seems so far away.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It seems the same to me, too. I think about getting back there all the time. It's what keeps me going. But you have to do the same. Danny is waiting for you. She needs you.
What do I tell her when she asks me about her daddy? Hmm?
Just don't try to anticipate the worst, honey.
Craig, it's getting dark. Craig, where are you?
I think it's time that we call Margot again so that Sierra can be told.
Just a few more minutes, please. Please, oh God.
Stewart, please be home. Come on, I've got to know if you've heard from Betsy. Got to know.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh.
I'm late, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Have you been running?
Yeah, I had a little bit of car trouble.
Wow.
No, actually I didn't. I ran out of gas. I felt such I felt such an airhead when the guy came up to me and told me that I had no gas.
You got to check the gauge inside the car.
I know. My head hasn't been screwed on too tightly these days.
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess it has to do with school and graduation but now I'm looking forward to our ride in our swim. Even though Holden may never speak to me again.
I thought Holden was in California.
He is. He called me this afternoon. I hung up on him. It was pretty bad. It was because I'm going riding with you.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, it's not your fault.
Okay. Excuse me. Dixon Stables. Yes, sir. Yeah, she's right here. Hold on. It's Dr. Dixon for you.
Oh, thanks. John? Yeah, I just got down here now. We're going riding in a few minutes. Now? Sure. You sound upset. What is it? Is it Mom? I hate this. What are you doing? Why can't I concentrate?
Barbara?
Oh, boy, am I glad to see you.
I came as
my
soon as
note?
I could. Yep.
How are you?
Kinda beat.
I'm sure this has been quite a strain for you, too.
No, it's not the strain that bothers me. It's just that I feel so damned helpless.
Where's Margot?
I left her over at the Dixons after we broke the news to him.
Has Sierra been told?
No, we're waiting for a call from David Stewart in Greece. They're hoping the search parties will still find him before she's told.
Has Franco Visconti been called? I mean, I know he probably expects Craig to come back, resume their meetings.
I don't think anybody had Craig's business dealings on their mind at a time like this.
I didn't mean to sound heartless or cold. I mean, it's just that somebody's got to think about Craig's business.
I'm sorry. I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
Why can't I always tell when you've spent time with Margot?
What is that supposed to mean?
Just that you treat me differently. It's like you look at me differently, like through Margot's eyes.
Damn it, Barbara, why is it that we can't spend 5 minutes together without you bringing Margot up?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Look, I really should be getting back to the station.
No, please don't go, please. If I've been acting like a jealous woman, well, it's because I am. I've fallen in love with you, Al.
I've never heard you say those words before.
Just been afraid to, I guess.
Thank you for calling, David. Well, they're telling Lily right now, and then we gotta go over and face Sierra. Okay. Well, we'll be in touch. All right. Bye-bye.
He's a white knight, and he went to help Betsy, and that's why he went over there. She was in an emergency.
What kind of
and
emergency?
He wanted to help her.
What kind of emergency?
It was some kind of trouble with Steve Andropoulos.
Okay, go on, tell me. What's wrong? Tell me. Something is definitely wrong. Tell me right now.
The airplane that Craig and Betsy chartered went down.
But...
What? Where?
Darling.
Somewhere
Where?
in the Aegean.
In the Aegean, yes, but...
Betsy is fine.
Yes.
But we're still looking for Craig.
He hasn't turned up yet.
No, the baby! Craig! No, not Craig! Oh, my God!
Lily!
Oh, my God!
Lily, we haven't given up hope yet. Lily, we're still hanging on to the hope that we'll find him.
I need you to keep your strength. Keep your strength. I want you to help me. We have to tell Sierra.
No! No, I can't do that. I can't help you with that. Don't go away, stay away!
I know just how she feels.
Tonio, hi. Oh.
Hello. You look beautiful.
What are you doing here?
I came to see you.
Well, I wasn't exactly, so I was just going to take a shower. I got home from the hospital.
Well, I had my meeting with Lucinda suddenly canceled, so I had the rest of the day off.
You know, she'd close up the whole office if she could in honor of Lily's graduation. Like she'd declare it a national holiday.
Do I detect a hint of jealousy?
Maybe.
Well, I know how to fix that.
How?
Let's go on a picnic. We can take a drive in the country, stop and go swimming.
That sounds heavenly. And as a matter of fact, I'd like to talk to you about a couple of things.
Good. Go finish your shower and we'll leave.
Okay, it won't take long.
Did Casey and Lila leave for their vacation already?
Yep, I got the whole place myself.
Oh, Brian's much happier now that his diaper's been changed, aren't you, Brian? Oh, now
good.
don't you two get self-conscious on my account. No, I envy you, let me tell you, with Craig away. Well,
Yeah, I'm just surprised he hasn't called yet.
yeah, me too. You know, the truth is, I'm getting a little bit worried.
Well, Li, we better get going if we're going to miss rush hour, don't you think?
Well, I don't want to leave Sierra alone.
Oh, that's okay.
You
I'm
sure?
fine. Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, we'll give you a call at Foxwood as soon as we hear from Craig.
Well, all right. Get going then.
All right.
Hey, you. You take care of your mommy when your daddy's away, okay? Hey, you.
He's saying I will, even though you can't tell. Yes, he is.
Big sweetie pie. Well, we'll say hello to Foxwood Lodge for you.
Oh, yeah, please do. Hold on one sec. Well, hi. It's a nice surprise to see all of you. What's the matter? Something wrong?
Oh.
Rod?
Hey, sweet. Lily? Oh, my God. Hey, what's wrong? What happened to you? Hey, how did you tear your shirt? Come here, sit down. Sit down. Oh, look at that nasty scratch on your face. Sit down.
I was running through the woods, through some brambles, and I pulled my shirt. I ripped it on the barbed wire fence.
What on earth has happened since the last time you were in here?
Everything.
What? Hey, come on. It can't be all that bad.
It is. It's worse.
What?
Craig went to Greece.
Yeah?
He went to help Betsy.
What happened to Betsy?
The plane
What?
crashed.
What? Did you?
I don't know. I have been searching for Craig for 24 hours. There's no trace of him. They don't know where he is.
What happened to Betsy? Listen, what happened to Betsy?
Stop and let go of me, Rod.
Just answer me. Lily, answer me. Tell me.
Oh, my God.
Tell me.
Let go of her! Let go of her! She's your baby!
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Menswear by Barney's New York. Jewelry by Monet. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.